And I am Jordan from the No Cube Zone. Wow. Yeah, that's more social media than I can handle. I'm just hitting retweet on that, so you did all the heavy lifting, so I appreciate that. Vaguely, um, I was a little unsure. I'd seen your suggestion, but I happened to be delivering pizzas when you suggested we play this game blind, and I saw the name and I was like, haven't played that one, so this will work for the premise of what we're doing here. So the premise is we've done this a few times before, but we're going on to Board Game Arena to play a game that neither of us know the rules to. Now, we choose a site like Board Game Arena because that will keep us within the confines of the rules. We've also used Boîte à Jeux. We did that with Cam. I believe our last one was Bangkok Klongs. Which, in my estimation, is one of the okayest games I've ever played. Um, there's nothing wrong with the game, but there's nothing like I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to play this again. And it was a game. Hmm. It it's true. I had someone in the Omaha gaming community message me when I posted this on Facebook that we were doing this, and she was like, "Oh my goodness, this is one of my favorite games." And I returned her message with, "Well, someday you can actually teach it to me because I'm not going to be playing it well tonight." I have accepted your invite to the Palaces of Carrara. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Yep. Because I'm being told I have to buy some blocks. I'm guessing, looking at the board, maybe a rondelle mechanism. Kind of, there's that white wheelie deal down there. Yeah. Um, that may also be where I buy blocks from. Click here to buy blocks. Yes. I clicked, and some blocks came out. I must choose which blocks to buy. I am gonna. Okay, so there's some numbers up here: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The white are five. Now, do I have $20? It looks like. So yes, I can see my money box as well. I'm assuming we start with the same, unless I gave away some crucial strategy just then saying I have $20. Uh-oh. So I have to be real frugal with, and I don't see a price for the black ones. Does that mean I cannot buy the black ones at this juncture? I don't know. Right. Oh, so if I click on the blue one, it also gives me the black one. It says buy two selected blocks for 1 coin. Oh, I can stop it. There's a countdown. Uh, and turn. Yeah. Gotta. Mhm. Oh, you can build in. It's okay. I'll learn another time. Our, I guess blocks aren't objects. So I guess my question would be to anyone in the chat: is there like a sand timer in the physical copy of this game to like give you the countdown? Like, is that a thing in this game? All right, so I can build. I must choose. Do I not? What? Pay with selected block. Updating game situation. Okay. Did you figure out where to buy an object? Oh, I think I bought an object. I just clicked on something. But I think I bought a coat of arms. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Those are the objects I bought? Question mark? That's a good question. Because that cost me 10 um currency units. Uh-oh, you made the wheel spin. Uh, so white blocks. So I guess that's kind of clever. That the white blocks. It looks like the city. The white. I can't read the name of that because I guess my eyes aren't great. You bly them. You I'm going to bly a green block. Uh-huh. Okay, so if it falls off, you can bly them for free. So I like this Trivial Pursuit wedge down here with where there's the red, white, yellow, green. Because green does not have a cost associated with it, I can bly it for free. No, seemingly I can bly as many as I want. So, how do I confirm that I want to make those purchases? Yeah, white text on a white. Right. How do I? Right. That's the one that didn't become a plumber. He didn't go into the family plumbing business. Instead, he became high at a dignitary high enough in a municipality for them to rename a city after him. I'm going with the one block of each color strategy. Yep. We need to figure out how do I make money. That happens. You need more buildings. I've scored it already. Okay, I want to try to score because apparently there's a scoring option that we're not fully utilizing. I mean, I'm not going to argue with you. Just choose where to build. I'm going to. Can I build in pizza? I can build in pizza. Oh, good. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. That's a good it's a good question. But I am very close to being broke as a joke. I need them those good cheap blocks. What? Good money? Well, joke's on you that I played in pizza, and we all know pizza means times three money. Yeah, it's Kind of inside trade secret. Pizza equals times 3 money. Uh, yes. For now. Um, as I just had to purchase new brakes for my car, as well as a new muffler for my car. Because not violating city noise ordinances and being able to stop are important. Right. Oh, sounds to me like you should have got here sooner. Well, you can get it and green block for free. Oh yeah, get those Christmas blocks. Christmas blocks. Christmas blocks. I'm gonna spin the wheel, and I'm gonna take this blue and this black block for free. Because reasons. I I'm with you. I desperately need some income. Um, and it didn't seem like forcing the bite out of the wheel back to the one spot did anything for us as far as income generation. Because I've set up camp on all of the income generating cities, it appears. Oh yeah. I must build by blocks. So I have choose here. I hope people aren't watching this. Like, these idiots, what are they doing? Burning through their. Oh, man. That's red and green. That's a smart man's play on blocks. Nope. I can buy an object to end end my turn, or I can buy an object. I did not. I got 0 Dolores. So, do you have a series of cards in the middle, and are they the same cards that I have? So are those common objectives? How do I it says I can score. How do I score? So, I think I also figured something out. Um, See on your player board how under the white illegible city, there's just a white block, but under pizza, there's a white and a yellow block. Under Luca, white, yellow, red. I think as you decrease down the track, you can use it's like you can use a white block to help build anything. Right. And so forth. So you can, but the black blocks can only be used for Mario's like stepbrother city. I need more buildings in that city. How many buildings?
All right, let me try that now. Apparently my audio wasn't coming through, so all my funny jokes, man, all of them were missed. We'll have to see if Kyle's response comes through. But yeah, I am thoroughly and wonderfully confused by this game.
He still cannot hear you. That's troubling.
Yeah, it's troubling. This happened last time.
Oh, he says yes, we can now.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I changed the setting. I forgot to change the microphone. So, whoops. Thank you, Kyle, for letting us know. Okay, so
Important to turn sound to yes.
I had to change the "Do you want to ruin your live stream" setting to no. So I I forget that one. Okay, so Kyle, where we're at is what I've been saying is we're pleasantly confused by this game. I'm really digging this wheel, the spinny. I was convinced that this little like chunk of bite taken out of the stuffed crust of the pizza wheel here was like when it went back to number 1, maybe that would score like trigger a scoring phase or something. So thus far we are pleasantly confused, and I'm enjoying this building. I like this. You know, Jordan, these are blocks. These are not cubes. So you are not. Yeah.
Thank goodness.
You're not betraying your namesake of your podcast there.
They are more, yeah, they're more rectangular prism in nature.
Yeah. Would the phrase be rectangular prismic? Like.
Yeah, we're not the no rectangular prismic zone, but we are the no cube zone. So
you're good.
Yeah, we're golden. I'm gonna go over here and buy those.
Oh no! My plans.
Getting into the green block game. And the yellow block game. Because that one building I built in Pizza Town is real lonely.
All right, I need to get into the green game as well.
Ooh. Oh, you foiled me again. I could have bought an white block.
You could have. You could have. Oh, see, you give me free information, man. So you have a money, whatever the currency of this Carrara place happens to be. I'm going to guess that the currency there is called shirt dollars.
Yep, I'm almost out of shirt box.
Kyle, thanks again for letting me know that the audio was not working. I have to be more cautious on those settings up front.
I mean, yeah, it's amateur streamer's mistake to have the. Do you want to have a terrible stream? You have to turn that to no.
Yeah.
Default is yes.
Ooh, what's gonna happen here? I don't know how to make money. This is,
Me either.
and I every time I click on these cities, it says like you have to have like more buildings or something like that. So I don't know.
Build more stuff.
I guess, yeah.
Jam those two black blocks for free.
Oh no. Can I score pizza, please? The city of pizza. I need more buildings. So I guess.
I have to imagine that the city of pizza is yellow because it is eternally covered in melty pizza cheese.
I think I can only afford the dang blue
Forever,
block.
forever and always covered in pizza cheese.
All right,
All right.
man. It's back to you.
It is. You bet. I am going to try and do this ding dang thing. Do I have? I'm just.
Ooh, something's about to pop. I can almost taste it. Give me these yellows.
Oh man. Oh man. And you're not going to take that white one as well?
The white one might cost a shirt dollar that I may or may not have.
Oh my goodness. So we have one shirt dollar between the two of us, is what I have ascertained. And again, I'm still picturing that there are people who have played this game and read the rule book who are like, you fools, you don't get money ever again. You have those $20. You have to.
Because I'm trying to figure out, right? So like some of the buildings the buildings that we have different shapes on them which correspond to these
I think
different.
I can score the Seri, the Larisi, whatever.
Larice's Puff cereal.
Yes.
Oh snap,
Oh
son!
man. So I got 5 shirt dollars. No, more than 5 shirt dollars. I got some shirt dollars. I got some symbols. Like I got several shields. I don't think that
Oh,
I got any actual points.
well, it's because points apparently come from the blue, red, and the white cities.
Okay, so that was just that's a money generating city. I see now.
Okay,
But at least I have some shirt dollars that I can use to purchase more blocks to get more shirt dollars. You gotta spend money to make money? I'm sure the designers of this game had in mind that someday our game will get put onto an online implementation and people who don't know the rules will sit down and play it. So I'm sure they have a contingency in here where we just grind this thing to a halt, or we're out of money and out of options and things to do. They would have thought of that, right?
I'm sure they were planning that from the very beginning. So I have two buildings in pizza, which makes me think, sir, that I might, if I can
I
get
had
more
to build three
pizza.
buildings in. I had to build three buildings in Luigi to get. No, that's. Stop everything. I want. Do I want?
You have money now. You scored Lerici, so ooh. Yeah, so it seems pretty cool when you score a city region or whatever. You get the symbols that are on it. I thought that you needed to buy them from this like
Right.
circle region to activate them or
So,
something, maybe. So I mean, silly
so
me.
you get them as like supplemental.
So this purple scoring card in the middle, the end game scoring card, is something to do with like
Uh huh.
getting lots of those shapes. And so I don't know if I would assume that there's a set collection to them,
Right.
whether it's a lot of the same or a lot of different ones or something.
And I'm guessing these three cards that we have are variable. Like each time, I think there's probably different numbers.
There might be. So scoring, yeah, score four times. I guess the game could end before that's able to happen. I'm
Do we
assuming
run out of tiles? Is that how we end the deck of buildings? Is that how we end this thing?
that'd be my guess. Although the progression says we're only 33% through the game, so I'm not sure, man. Like, do we? Does an earthquake come and like level all of our cities at some point? Because that would be fairly unfun.
Yeah, maybe this is like um, the downfall of Pompeii, where the first half of this is we're building out everything and like placing all this stuff, and then at some point there's going to be like a volcanic eruption or tsunami or some sort of catastrophic thing that hits the board, and then we're playing a completely different game.
That would be my assumption. Yes. Um. Ba da do 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 do. I sure would love some money. I know I'm hinting at things.
Mm-hmm.
May,
Get some straight cash, homie.
Maybe I need to just build up Lerici because this is what I'm gonna do. So
You're
choose.
almost there on pizza.
I'm almost there. Okay, so yeah, so you can spend more expensive blocks to build cheaper places, which I think
Uh-huh.
has probably been one of my mistakes is not yet doing that. I don't want to buy an object because I have no money. Check it and see. Broke as a joke. It's
Something
sadly.
deep.
All right, Jordan, I'm going to show this really quick here because
Um,
Meeple Overboard got some mail in recently, and this
ooh.
excites me. Given we have a podcast called Meeple Overboard, how do I show this so it doesn't reflect on the screen? There you go. So Meeple Land is a blue-orange game. It's about building a theme park, and I like that.
Okay.
I like that theme in gaming a lot, like a lot. And I got to try
Do
a.
you
What was it?
go ahead?
I was gonna say
Go
I got
ahead.
to try an online demo of it on a mediocre online playing website. And so I'm excited to play like the actual physical thing where all the tiles like will line up easier and better and stuff.
Don Yukata is always listening. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to take that white block.
Oh no, how could you completely leave this open for me? Ha 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 ha. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Da-da-da-dun, da-dun, da-dun. Gotta score some pizza. Da-da-da-dun. Oh, yes. Now, the other thing that got sent from Blue Orange was this bad boy, right? This here. This is Cloud City, not the Star
Mm.
Wars Cloud City, but the Phil Walker Harding design, which I
Ah,
love.
the Phil Walker Harding. Did Phil Walker Harding, was he like pre-Lando or post-Lando? Like, as I have to assume, Lando Calrissian is like the mayor of Cloud City in Star Wars. So Phil Walker Harding made Cloud City, or is he like the new person in charge?
Well, you seem to be building Cloud City, so I think this is a prequel, like,
Okay,
but like a good type of prequel.
okay.
What's your opinion on Rogue One?
Rogue One is fantastic, I think.
Okay, yeah, it's probably my favorite Star Wars.
Yeah, they Star Wars real good in that one.
Yeah, it's got the right amount of homage,
Hmm.
or as the Italian would say, homaggio, and yeah, I just think that it's incredibly pleasant. So, oh boy,
I agree.
ouch. Yeah, man, that's the moneymaker right there. All right, as for me and my house, though,
Pizza time?
oh, dude, I wish that'd be so. We had our cheat day yesterday. We've been on a diet, and we've been doing incredibly good at it. I've lost like 25 pounds in the last few months,
Oh wow.
and
I hope you find them soon.
I, yeah, lost and found type of a thing. Oh, Kyle, very good point. Mandalorian, excellent
Yeah,
work on that show. I'm excited that season 2 is allegedly coming out. Is it this year? I think
I heard October.
October. That'd be
Yeah,
good.
they did Star Wars real good in Mandalorian too.
Yeah, it takes its pace, or I mean, it takes its time. The pacing is just so pleasant. I know people were getting a little bit antsy, like 4 or 5 episodes in. They were like, "Where's this going?" But I was just kind of like, I'm just along for the ride, you know?
Who cares where it's going? The ride is awesome. Like it just is like, I don't know. Like I loved, like, it just seemed like you were watching like a western but in space.
Yeah, yeah. I had no problems with it whatsoever.
Okay, I had a plan. It was a good plan.
Ooh, October 30th, says Kyle. You're my new favorite person, Kyle. Sorry, Jordan. Get out of the stream.
Oh. All right, I'm going. I'm doing it. I'm going for it. You can't stop me.
Oh,
I'm taking those.
nuts.
I'm taking those blocks.
Sure must be nice having money, Jordan. I'm about to be rolling in the dough, though, I think. Let's score.
Kyle asked if we watched the gallery.
Oh, the behind the scenes. I haven't, and I watch a lot of Star Wars behind the scenes stuff because I am what one might call a nerd.
Hmm.
Yes. But, woohoo! I scored up some moolah. Now, Jordan, in case you didn't notice, I have 6 building block worth of stuff times the 3 multiplier. So you now know that I have 7,000 shirt bucks behind my little player screen.
Okay. Lot of shirt buck things going on back there.
A lot of shirt buck. But no, I haven't. I
Got
haven't
it.
watched the gallery, the behind the scenes thing on the Mandalorian, and like I have watched the Empire of Dreams, like hour and a half, 2 hour documentary about Star Wars multiple times. I really enjoy learning about like how Star Wars to me is quintessentially the story of how something should never have worked out, and yet it did, which I think is great, you know?
I agree. You know what else I really enjoyed, and I've not yet finished, but I think it's another thing that's not a feature film that's been in the movie, like in the canon of episode whatever, but they also Star Wars real good in it, is the Clone Wars cartoon series. Have you watched that, Chris?
I'm gonna tell the truth. I've multiple times started the Clone Wars series, watched the first episode, completely forgotten I've watched the first episode. 2 years later, think I should try this series. I watched the first episode, and about halfway through, I go, "Oh, I've seen this one. I should watch the next one. It probably gets better." And then I don't. And I've done this like 3 times. I
They get into this like really, really cool, like funky um stuff with like the Force in like the third or fourth season. Um, it's really, really cool. It kind of gives like some like deeper like backstory to a lot of the characters that are in like the Clone Wars and the Revenge of the Sith. Like
yeah.
it almost makes those movies better because you get so much more backstory of like who these other like the other Jedi are and how did Anakin go from kind of being a lightsaber fighting hack in one movie to being like, hey, let me behead a Sith Lord in the next.
My power has more than doubled since the last time we faced Dooku.
Right. You get to see that kind of stuff happening in the Clone Wars
It's
show.
it's one of the worst lines in any movie ever. Like I hate that line. It's like a Dragon Ball Z line. You know what I mean? In a show where they have like magic glasses where they can like measure how strong you are at sword fighting.
I've increased my power level.
Okay, so Kyle is apparently we've hit a good note with the Star Wars conversation. Uh, so Kyle says the episode I think it's the episode name, The Volume. Like, I guess like the behind the scenes of that is really cool. So now you've got me interested. So Saturday evenings, what we do is because of lockdowns and the fact that you know just when did I have not really left the house besides like picking up groceries at the drop off thing. So we you know what I mean like we haven't really left the house a lot ever in the last few months, and so as charming and as fantastic of a companion as I am, my wife does get sick of me, which is fine. You know what I mean? Like it's not too much to ask to say, can I have an alone night every once in a while? So Saturday, like Wednesday evenings, I have my game group, and then Saturday evenings, I try and either hang out, like do one of these streams here, or just I spend time. I've been spending obviously a lot of time like working on game design. I've been talking about that a lot, and so this is one of those evenings. So after we finish this up, Jordan, I may go throw on the gallery because that sounds really interesting to me. Like that sounds fantastically interesting.
Well, I can hear the Mandalorian music playing in my head now,
I watched
so I think you should do it.
I watched a little thing actually on the sound design. The composer guy. Ooh, is there a block limit in this game? I don't see anything that says like. I don't see anything that says like, oh, you have 7 out of 12 or whatever. So I'm gonna assume that I can continue to buy blocks willy nilly, completely aggressively, and
Absolutely, Kyle. Kyle talks about how Darth Maul comes back in the Clone Wars.
right.
That's the thing, and it made that part of Solo make sense.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, so like, even having not watched that, I enjoyed the last 15 minutes of Solo is kind of what I wanted the whole of Solo to be.
Yeah,
So, you know,
there is that.
nuts. I told you we should have bought more than 3 bullets.
What are those? Those are speed holes. Make the car go faster. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
speed
speed
hole.
holes.
Okay, that's right.
Jump.
Oh, you're just making these so enticing for me now that I have like a few money bucks that I could actually afford things.
Yeah, the the wheel of destiny, as I'm going to choose to call it from here on out. As far as cubes, I do kind of like that.
I agree with you, Kyle. The composer for he works on a lot of stuff. He's worked on The Mandalorian. He's made a couple. He's worked on like big name movies, of which all of them escape my memory, of course, at the moment. But the composer's pretty wildly weird looking of a guy. He's got like big bushy unkempt hair, and I watched this little documentary, like a mini little behind the scene thing where he's like pulling out his alto and baritone and bass
Mm-hmm.
recorders. So like
Mm-hmm.
that famous like
Yep. Yep.
yeah, it's just like a bass
If
recorder.
if you if you Google Mandalorian theme composer, you get a picture of him, Ludwig Göransson.
Gorson,
And
yeah.
there's also a YouTube link to him playing said wacky all the like the bass recorder thing. It looks like he's on like a tour bus or something like that. He's got this giant thing like okay. I've gone down the Googles.
You got a case of the Googles, man.
Got the Googles. I'm gonna do this.
Cause I got the Googles, the
And
Moogle Moogle Googles that they're talking about. All right. All right.
Kyle said the guy went off into his room for like a month.
He looks like the kind of guy that would do that. Like there's rumors I remember back in the day about how like the guys from System of a Down would like get like a supply of cocaine and like lock themselves in a hotel room and like write an album and they wouldn't leave until they came out. I don't know how true any of that is, but like there's definitely some of those eccentric types in the
Mm-hmm.
music world who you're like, I kind of just believe that about you, no questions asked.
You seem like the kind of person this might be true. Yeah.
All right. I
So no question, and this is yet to be answered, because you scored pizza and I scored Vertigo and Luigi,
mm-hmm.
can I not score pizza and can you not score Vertigo or Luigi?
Now, this is a good question. I don't know if there's an answer, but it's a good question.
Because that's all the money generating cities. So we also may be right back in the fire from whence we came of not having money.
It's funny.
So
There's a little delay whenever I click, so I'm like, yeah, pay with these blocks, please. And it doesn't do anything, so I click it again, and it's like, can't do that right now, Chris. It's like, oh no.
this action is impossible at this time or
Yeah,
something like that. I'm like, whoa.
yeah. And it's in that bright, huge red box that happens to be very like, no, Chris, you are doing it wrong.
You can't do what you're doing. Stop now.
Oh. So Kyle, Are there multiple episodes of the I almost call it the Gallerist, the gallery, like this Mandalorian behind the scenes thing? There's like multiple episodes of the documentary. Because if so,
There's
that's exciting.
also multiple episodes of The Gallerist where you can follow around Vital Lacerda while he designed The Gallerist.
You know, I wonder how interesting that would be to see.
I don't know. I can tell you that man's games make my brain
Your brain
feel
muscles
not
hurt.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. My brain says ouch when I play some of that man's games.
Are you a fan of any of his games, or like?
Um, I've only played a handful of them and not like I've not had like a lot of repeated plays, so it's hard for me to give like a fully fair assessment of them, I feel like.
Okay.
Um, but it was just it I don't know. The plays I have lead me to believe that it seems like there's just complexity for simply the sake of being complex.
Hmm.
It's almost just like I don't know, like it it just makes me feel like yes, Vital Lacerda, you are a smarter human being than I am, and you have exerted your will over me. I yield. Okay.
There's 8 episodes of the gallery. That's as many episodes as there are of the show, isn't it?
6 different directors, including Dallas Howard, Ron Howard's daughter. Oh wow, that's
Is that Dallas Howard? Bryce Dallas Howard? Is that the actress from the new Jurassic World movies? Because that's the only Bryce Howard or Dallas Howard that I know. And let me tell you, that lady can run in high heel pumps. Like, so she cannot run a T Rex. I bet she could run anything.
so. There's only 5 buildings left in this stack, which the fact that we have 0 points between the two of us, I don't know how. You're close to scoring Luca.
Yeah, baby. Okay, I have to look this up. It's bothering me. Luca Pacelli, father of who's the name of the father of modern accounting? Luca Pacchioli. That's what it is. Luca Pacchioli. Is there a Luca Pacelli? No, I'm thinking of Andrea Bocelli. That's what I'm doing. One of the 3 tenors. So okay, or no. Andrea Bocelli's not one of the tenors. I'm all sorts of wrong with everything. So okay,
I mean, you got lots of points in Luca too.
ooh boy.
Oh no, there we go. Oh, I have the statue of Michelangelo's David.
Yeah, I think that's the first player marker.
Okay.
I was worried that
I
I was worried that you had
just saw
accomplished
that.
something amazing, like.
Take that, Michelangelo's David. Who's next? May.
Oh, nuts, man.
Uh-oh.
I got plans.
That makes one of us.
I like the idea that these buildings have a cost, but they are literally just any blocks. Oops, I didn't end my turn. Sorry. They're just literally any blocks. So the blocks are what matters.
I want to borrow the line from Parks and Rec when Ben's talking about the cones of denture when he's playing like the fake Google guy. Do you have you watched Parks and Rec? Do you know what
I
I'm talking?
I love Parks and Rec. What
Okay,
he's
good.
oh yeah,
So
he's
they're
playing against
playing,
the hipster the
yeah,
startup
the
company.
hipster like CEO of like what their version of Google is in there,
Yeah,
and he's like
Grizzle or
sitting
whatever.
there, and he just gets this like super smug look on his face, and he's like, "You forgot about
About
the
the
essence of the
game.
game. It's about the cones." So it makes me think about this. You forgot about the essence of the game. It's about the blocks.
There I was trying to build
Oh,
buildings. You're right. This is Block Collector the game.
oh, block collector the game. I
We've made progress to 60% of the game, my friend. So obviously we're doing something in the right direction,
I hope so.
whatever that may be. I wonder if every city just scores one time and that's the game? Like,
I don't know. Well, I mean, we've scored three cities, and I'm no Copernicus, but 3 out of 6 is not 50%.
I will give you that. Yes. But we've made progress closer towards scoring another city, which is why I think that. So, ooh, 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 ooh,
Uh-oh.
ooh, 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 ooh. Can I? I wanted to like just scream like Bruce Dickinson and just yell like, "Can I play with madness?" But I don't think any of our listeners would appreciate that. You guys have been referencing Iron Maiden a few times on your podcast. That's been nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happens when each of us gives a game a 6 rating, since there's three of us.
How did you come up with your 7 point scale where the highest number is six?
You stop it. You stop it. No, you do not need to encourage Conniff with this nonsense. You're egging him on in any aspect, and I know you're just doing it just just to fan the flames. And I don't appreciate it. Um, the scale I have heard used on several podcasts. The first one I ever heard use it was Blue Peg Pink Peg. The Punchboard Paradise gentlemen also use it. I also defend that is a 6 point scale because 0 has no value.
But can you rate a game a 0 out of 6?
It is possible, yes. I've
So it's a
never
7 point scale.
it's never doled out a 0. It's not happened yet. I don't think maybe I gave a game a 1. Did I give Seasons a 1? I really didn't care for Seasons.
Are any of you guys on your show, a fan of Seasons?
Conniff loves it.
Conniff loves it. Okay, that's where I always get confused thinking that you like it for some reason.
No, Conniff loves Seasons.
Okay, it'll be
It's one of
forever ingrained in my mind now that Jordan loves Seasons. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, what do I want to do now that my blood pressure's lowering since you brought up this stupid rating thing? I need.
I never called it stupid. I'm just saying.
No, you didn't call it stupid, but you brought it up. And you fed Connor's argument out there. Now, this
22
will be.
points, baby.
Yes, that's a problem.
How did I get 22 points? Oh, okay, that's 11. Sweet. All right. I've
Mhm.
now jumped to the lead, so yeah, quite good. Kyle, if you're still there, so you mentioned, so obviously you're a fan of The Mandalorian. What are your thoughts on Rogue One and Solo, the other two little Star Wars adventure movies that I feel like they're pretty divisive, I would say. Like, Rogue One is generally viewed more favorably, but it has its very harsh critics.
I don't. I I still don't understand. Like, I just feel like it's just beside the fact that it's Star Wars. I feel like it's just a good movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a fun little romp through that world, which is kind of what The Mandalorian did for me. Like, it's just this, like, little romp and everything. And so, yeah, the Rogue One ties directly into another movie. It has that luxury of it, but
Mm-hmm. I, if I were to have any sort of sway whatsoever, aside from someone yelling at Disney on Twitter, which is, forget the comedian, which is, if the effective, they compared Twitter to you're walking down the street and someone drives by you with their window rolled down and they shout something at you that's barely you can barely comprehend, and that's essentially Twitter.
it's fair.
um, and I don't disagree with that assessment, but so other than me just like yelling at Disney on Twitter about this, my thought for one of those like one-off movies, if you're going to do it, I thought it would be a cool thing to see. And the impetus for this is that scene where Vader just goes berserk on all those rebel
All them
troops.
filthy rebels, yeah.
Uh-huh. All those rebels come. Give me a movie of him doing that, but it's just him like tracking down like a few like last Jedi that escaped like Order 66 or something like that.
See, and okay, I've said this. I don't know where I've said this before. I think I mentioned it on our podcast because we did a Meeples at the Movies review of the Star Wars prequels,
Mm-hmm.
and I felt like the Star Wars prequels should be one movie shorter, i.e., Episode One, and
What? Come on.
well, in terms of like this, I'm going to go
Now,
back and tell the story of
those
Anakin Skywalker. You're like, cool.
now there's one. I'll let you finish your thing, but remind me. There's one thing about that movie I saw recently that kind of changed my mind on that movie just a teeny bit. Go ahead.
Okay, okay, if you say so. Which you're allowed to say so. I am of that opinion. Ooh my. Oh.
So, Meeples at the movies, Star Wars prequels.
Yes. Ooh, 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 ooh. Wait, I don't have enough coin. What do you mean? Oh, nuts. All right, fine. I'll just take the blue for Frizzle. I eat. All right. Okay, so Meeples the movie. We talked about the Star Wars prequels and basically said, like, I felt like they should have been one movie shorter, right? And maybe there's a controversial opinion, but I would want Darth Vader to turn to the dark side by the end of episode 2. So you have episode 1 where you meet him and you have that, like, you have that Luke Skywalker-y, like, optimism and stuff to you, and all that jazz. And then, like, then in episode 2, he's confronted with a lot of, like, actual hard choices and stuff. And unlike Luke, when confronted with Darth Vader, Luke says, no, he denies it, he would refuse to join him. But, Anakin says, like, I need to be able to, like, do something compelling, like, there's too much chaos in the world and I need to, like, I can fix it. The Emperor's like, I can show you how to fix it, or, whatever it may
Right.
be, his motivation. He turns there. And you have more, you have that built up there, so that episode 3 can be Darth Vader running around and hacking and slashing people like nobody's business. And it just, I don't know, I think that would be a very satisfying episode 3, which then could kind of focus a little bit on the creation of the rebellion and, like, those types of things that make us feel, like, excited of, like, ooh, this leads into the new, the original stories pretty nicely.
Also, I 100% agree with what Kyle just said in the chat. He said the worst part with 7 through 9 is there's no cohesion
Oh,
with
none.
those. That's the biggest problem with those movies. And I 100% agree because it's just like, hey, we're going to do all this stuff in episode 7. Well, actually, we're going to undo some of that in episode 8. And episode 9, we're going to undo some of that stuff they said in 8. And some of the stuff in 7 was actually real, but not really kind of, here we go.
So we
And
rewatched.
by the way, the Emperor never died.
Yeah, we rewatched the sequel trilogy because my daughter's 5, and so like just female Jedi is like awesome for a girl her age. Great, right?
Obviously.
She loved them, and in rewatching them, I just can't help but feel like, I just can't help but feel like, just this thought of like, scored some points, nice. I just can't help but have that feeling of like, you guys tried, like, I can appreciate some parts of episode 7 a little bit more because of episode 9, but then like episode 8 just becomes this complete void. You know, like if you watch a trilogy and sometimes you know something late, or even like a good movie, you know a twist, you know a thing coming or whatever, and you can watch an earlier part of the movie with like renewed vigor and anticipation of like, ooh, this is more significant than I realized my first watch or whatever. This is like the only trilogy I've seen that like actively tries to implode itself.
It's just, yeah, I just feel like there was no plan for it other than
It's
people
Star
like
Wars.
Star Wars.
It's people like Star Wars. People have money. I can fix these two problems with one fell swoop.
Can we separate those people from their money? We can. Well, why not?
Yeah. So here's one of the things that I feel about. You know how a lot of people say Star Wars is overrated or whatever it may be, right? Like the original trilogy is actually not that great and everything. And here's the thing: is that I agree in a large part with many of the arguments that people say about why they're not actually stunning movies. But also they're fantastic because they succeed despite all of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so, like, there's a really cool documentary on YouTube called Star Wars Was Saved in the Edit. And it's like a 20-minute YouTube video that someone put together, like took their own time out of the kindness of their heart to show how Marcia Lucas, who was George Lucas's wife, and she took over editing responsibilities for the movie, she like turned that movie around. Like it shouldn't have been good in actuality. Shouldn't have been good. But she like restructured some scenes. Like she took scenes that happened in a certain order and was like, "Oh, no. Like that's not how that's not how the movie should progress from one scene to the next." So originally it was A B C D, and she's like, "No, it's going to be so much better if it's D A C B," and it creates this really good flow to it, which makes it a good movie, despite the fact that it shouldn't be.
I've also heard that there's out there you can watch it basically without the John Williams music,
Oh,
and and it also makes the movie like hot garbage.
oh no! I clicked on something weird, dude. It was said, "Do you want to buy an object?" And I said no, and it said, "Are you sure? Because you completed the objectives, you can announce the end of the game." And I thought I had hit go back. I guess I'll buy an object. And instead I hit the no thanks, I don't want to win the game button.
Well, thanks for prolonging my misery just a little bit. Because I think I'm gonna end this bad boy with no
Look,
points.
53 to 0 is not a problem, is it? I don't
For
know what I'm
one
supposed
of
to.
us.
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do right now because I've apparently done it all.
You must choose which box. Oh. Now you're just high stepping into the end zone.
You may buy an object. What shape is that thing? Coat of arms? Cup? Book? Crown? Flag? Meh, fine, let's back. End turn. You have completed all the objectives. Click I confirm to announce the end of the game. Oh, confirm. Okay.
Somehow I got 65 points?
You got 1.2 points for coins.
What?
Oh, this is. I've never seen. Okay, so object cards. I don't know what that means. Building cards. Maybe you score. Maybe you like score everything in the columns that you would have had anyway. But if you use the scoring mechanism during
You
the,
get
you
the
get
times two.
yeah, you get it once during the game and then maybe once at the end or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. This is a game that I really liked. Like, I want to figure out what the actual rules are now because I could see why people think this is a smart game.
Right.
And I just accidented my way into it quite well.
Accidented your way into beating me silly.
I guess so. And 6 times 2 carry the decimal point. Yeah, Kyle, that's my guess, is that, like, you double the amount of your coins, then divide by 10. It sounds like you're trying to calculate Celsius.
We're converting your victory points to the metric system.
Oh man, there should be a game that does that, like a science game, where you
You
score.
convert.
Yeah, you score inches, and then at the end of the game, you have to convert inches to meters.
Oh my gosh.
There's a
That
lot of.
like that what like you're creating things in both. In what's our wacky system called?
Imperial, I think.
Imperial? Yeah, the imperial and then the metric, but you're creating things in both, but at the like and then you have to like use like the exchange rates to like to your favor or like to other people's disadvantage or something like that.
Perfect. I see no problem with this at all. Jordan, thanks for
I'm
playing Palaces of Carrara. That was an interesting romp.
I'm gonna work on that game idea and I'll pitch it on CNC Board Game Factory. Little plug there for your other
Hey,
show
the
that
other show.
is on the YouTubes.
Yes. I've been really lazy about posting up the episodes in podcast form, so I apologize. I should probably do some of those tonight. But yeah,
That's okay. I submitted your RSS feed once to Apple Podcasts, but never heard anything back. So I don't know what happened there.
I somehow got our podcast on Apple Podcasts at one point, but I think it was back when it was iTunes, and I have no idea what to do anymore. So,
I think Google how to get podcasts on Apple Podcasts would be a good start.
that would be a good start. But you're talking to a guy who couldn't even manage to get his car smogged today. So, I've been failing at a lot of things. Uh, Apparently, every smog check in Vegas is closed on Saturday. So I drove around for like an hour today, past multiple smog checks before I just gave up. So, you know,
Well,
silly government requirements to have mufflers and brakes on cars. And
yeah, I mean that's they got me too.
yeah,
Like I took mine on a Tuesday though, so they were open to fix my muffler and brakes.
I'm gonna try this Tuesday strategy of yours, perhaps. I think I need to get this thing registered in like a handful of days, so I can't screw up this smog check thing again. I think the government will be quite upset with me and possibly place a tracker inside of my next shot that I get. You know,
Uh-oh.
yeah, you know, make sure to know my every move because
Right.
that's what they care about.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the Simpsons movie when like
Yes.
it shows the NSA and they're just like tens of thousands of people in a room with tens of thousands of computer screens. There's people like listening to phone calls and it's like, you know, hello, I'd like to order a pizza. I think I want to try the meat lovers, but I'm not. I like meat, but I'm not sure if I'm committed enough yet. You know.
Like me, but I'm not sure if I'm committed enough. Oh my gosh. That's that's too funny.
All right, man. Well, thanks for playing this pizza game with me. The pizza wheel was a fun gyration of
Yeah.
if I've seen any in a game. So
I mean, I think your key to victory was obviously on the top slice of the pizza. There's 5 toppings, and I let you get away with it.
yeah, that's
I
probably
let
what it
it.
was.
I let it happen.
There's also
And
the part where you let me score all of the victory points. So
there's that too. There's that too. And I also thought if I got more buildings into Luca after you'd scored it, it would maybe let me score. So I was trying to do that, and that didn't work. So
oh, so you couldn't score a city that I had scored already?
no, I could not.
How does this game work with with 4 players then? I'm
I
curious.
don't know. That's a good question.
All right, I'm gonna look up the actual rules to this, and maybe we'll play it again one day because I think it's a clever system.
I I think there's. I feel like my gut tells me there's a good game here. So I know Vicky is the local gamer I referenced earlier. She had indicated this is one of her favorite games and she wants to teach it to me. So Vicky, teach me this game so I can actually know what I'm doing and
Perfect.
hopefully score more than 0 points in the game. Um, I mean, you can, if you have the conversion chart for VP from imperial to metric, that might help me too.
So I realize Kyle just simplified our math problem for us. It's 5 points is 5 coins is 1 point,
Okay,
which would explain why
1.2 points. Why didn't it give me my point two in my final score though? What happened to I'm what
got
happened to
you
my
got robbed. Maybe it's the
I
maybe it's a tiebreaker. You know what I mean? Like
you you go to the first decimal place. That's the time.
alrighty, this has been fun, man. So anyway, thanks so much for coming and chatting, and hanging out with us. This is Palaces of Carrara, played extremely poorly. So thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.
That was fun, man.